Hi everybody, today I'm on Airport Highway in suburban Toledo in a city called Holland. This is what's known as Spring Meadows area, for those not familiar with Toledo. And I found a big plaza out here that kind of reminds me of the stuff that's in Florida. Here's a bank, Huntington Bank, which is still an operating bank, but they've closed some branches apparently because this bank is closed. And as you can see, the property is for sale and they have the reduced sign on here. But this bank building is a relatively newer building, and as we'll see from looking around this plaza, there's a lot of empty commercial real estate around here. Over across the street there's one for sale. There's a big shot of the sign at a distance. There's a Waffle House that's still open. But I would say most of the for-profit businesses in this plaza are going to wind up going under because the big anchor stores are either already gone or on their way out. So there's a picture of the bank branch building. And let's get a close-up here. You can see where it used to say Huntington. It doesn't look like this place has been closed for very long. And the property's still being somewhat maintained. I'm guessing this has probably been closed sometime earlier this year. I'm out here once in a while, but this is not one of my regular areas of driving, so it's kind of, I don't want to say shocked to see this because really no amount of empty retail shocks me anymore. Actually, I'm shocked when I don't see it. And here's a copy of or not a copy, but there's the plaza sign. It looks kind of like a checkerboard with every other one is empty. And I would imagine that, as I said, some of those businesses that are still in there are going to wind up going soon. Here's a pretty good look at the parking lot. It's about 6:30 on a Tuesday evening. Beautiful day today here. And this place is pretty much empty. This business here is empty. This used to be a grocery store. That sign there above the door says pharmacy. And this was a huge grocery store. I don't know if it was a Kroger or I just can't really tell. Farmer Jack? It could have been a Farmer Jack. I know that's one of the chains around here, and most of those I believe are gone now. But that's a huge building. Let's see what else is in this plaza. There's a Planned Parenthood. I'm sure they still have plenty of business. I don't know if you can see that sign there, but it says specializing in conventional VA, FHA first-time home buyers and jumbo loans, American Home Mortgage. That's obviously out of business. Pretty telling of the times. There's a Cattail, some kind of a pet clinic. Bo Ricks, that's a hair salon. There's another Edward Jones. That seems to be standard in all these plazas. I don't really know how well they're doing, but there's a frame shop. Well, there we go. As I said, store closing. That's the second biggest store in this plaza, the Hallmark store. Store closing, sale, entire store 50% off. So the two main anchors, and that's part of the Hallmark store as well. And the next office is empty. I don't know what that used to be. There's a awning there. There's a Michael Klein for rent store. That's looks like a chiropractor, some kind of physical therapy place. And next to that's a Vision Care. It's still open. That's Vision Care as well. And then next to that is For Lease. That was something that's closed. Then there's a Weight Watchers. And then there's a Sports Eatery place. And the surrounding area, there's like a Tire Man to my left and a Rudy's Hot Dog to my right. Those are still open. I'm going to take a look around the surrounding area, and there's a couple plazas that were across the street like office parks. They look like they had some vacancies with go over there and see what kind of percentage of empty stores they have. So I saw on Yahoo last night that there's a city in California, Maywood, which is either within the Los Angeles city limits or just south of downtown, it said, where the city has basically went bankrupt and they laid off or let go of their entire police force, like a 70 or 100 officer police force. There's the bank building again. And they laid off all their city workers, all the crossing guards for the schools are gone, and they're going to outsource their all their municipal duties, I guess, like title work and building permits, and I don't know about garbage pickup. I'm not sure what they said about it. I don't remember reading anything about that. And then it also said something about Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which I was aware they were having fiscal problems, but I guess they're talking about laying off their entire, all of their city workers, like 500 and some people were going to get let go. Because the city has like a few $100 million in debt, and there's just no way they can service that much debt. There's only 50,000 people that live in Harrisburg. Yeah, here's an office park across the street. 50-50. Well, 4 out of 7. You got PNC Bank, 3 other like LPA, Gold Wing Ventures, and a wealth management place, and there's 3 empty. There's not going to be any cars in here because it's primarily bank and 9 to 5 people working in here. And then across the street there's a plaza that has 5 offices and 2 are empty, so that's 40% vacancies. So this area looks quite a bit like Florida. You got a Colony Mortgage, Paychecks, and Occupational Care Consultants, and then 2 empty spots. I'll go a little bit further down and then we'll cut this one. So yeah, there's going to be cities and states all around the country that are going to be cutting people, like this Maywood, California. They're just going to have to realize that some of these pension plans and benefit packages that these public sector workers are getting are just too expensive. Yeah, I can't tell how many places are empty over there, but there's a for sale and for lease sign there. There's another one there. I think I'll cut this video because I don't want to get in there 10 minutes. It takes too long to upload them. Today the stock market was down about, when I left the house it was down about 260 on the Dow Jones. I don't know where it ended, but we're back below 10,000 on the Dow Jones, and it looks to me like we're going to see an 8 handle, minimum an 8 handle on the Dow and the S&P before we get anywhere near new 52-week highs again. That's my prediction for stocks for the summer, is that it's going to be a rough summer. And there's a few more things up here that are empty. Maybe I will go up to 10 minutes on this and just cover this area since I never get out here. Just a little bit farther up the road. Oh yeah, there's a Circuit City. Might as well film that. The rest of this area down this way, it doesn't look too bad really. You know, Circuit City, this is old news, but this is just one big waste of space. There's not going to be anything going in here anytime soon. There's already obviously too much retail throughout the whole country, much less here. Our economy is as bad or worse as any place else. But Circuit City is the poster child of the American retail and consumer meltdown. And the government can tell these lies about bailouts and stimulus packages and whatever other programs that they think they're going to come up with to possibly turn this thing around. There isn't anything that they're going to do except get the hell out of it and let the business cycle work that's going to turn this thing around. So keep that in mind. That's it for this one.